what I respond to most strongly with visuals is movement and color. So I thought that if I try to capture a similar sense of movement with these things in the background, sort of like swirling upward and forward, then I could also maybe use music to add like my own sense of color to it.
This past spring, Network for New Music partnered with the Prince Center and the Curtis Institute in a wonderful composition project. This involved 6 student composers from Curtis who visited the Prince Center. Then each of the composers chose a work that spoke to them very personally, and they created a composition based on that work. There was a great performance by the Network Ensemble, and the audience could actually visit the Prince Center and see the works that inspired the students.
My violin piece was essentially like a personal, emotional just reaction to it. It's very white, it's very bleak, it's very open.
I wanted to write a duet, and so since there's 2 subjects in the photo that are obviously very similar, maybe they're twins, probably, I thought that the viola and the cello would be a good sort of analogy for that. There's points of contact between them, they're resting their hands on each other, their feet are touching, so that inspired the sort of musical approach of having 2 lines that are often playing alone, but sometimes overlap.
What I like so much about it is that you kind of have no idea what it is. And it could be so many things, so I had a lot of different reactions to it and kind of created almost a story from the different things I could imagine happening. Like, is this a landscape? What did just happen here? It's completely open to interpretation. Sort of very like raw, visceral, immediate way of responding from one artistic medium to another. And creating new work open for another round of interpretation as a result of that. So.
So in looking at all of these, they're kind of terrifying images, and there's the subject matter is kind of maybe not a pleasant one. But I think within that there's a lot of beauty in the way that he's created his works. So I spent a lot of time exploring ugly sounds, I guess, I could create on the cello, and but also wanted to have some sweetness to kind of combine it all together.
This kind of project is very important to Network because one of Network's goals is to create different points of entry into the music, both for the creator of the music, that is the composers, and for the audience members. And in this case, of course, the entry was through the visual arts, and I think that this goal was very successfully realized with this project.
I was just really struck by it. aside from being really kind of stark and beautiful and having like I think a really compelling sort of abstract composition, it seemed to me to kind of look like this otherworldly sort of music. I think the artist is here, so I don't want to speak. I don't want to speak out of turn.
I had my time, now it's your time. No, it was really interesting to hear how the range and the sound, how it was developed and carried through. And the thing, and I've always been interested, is the transition of time. And he really did that very interesting to me, how it transitioned through the piece and stuff. So I thought it was very good.
It seems to me like it's almost like looking at musical notation or like a melody or something through the prism of some kind of like cosmic kaleidoscope, and that was really inspiring to me.